Imagine you are the best bowler in your friend circle and somebody tells you that tomorrow you have a match with Sachin Tendulkar. वो आपके against खेलेगा and he is going to be batting. Okay, so as a bowler, what would you feel? You will obviously feel a little bit nervous and underwhelmed, right? But why do you think you will feel like that? Okay, the only reason that you will feel is because you know that Sachin Tendulkar, who's standing in front of you, has 100% better skill than you or the best version of yourself. Okay, so hold on to this thought and stick with me for the next 8 to 10 minutes, and I will take you through the journey of Claude and how it has developed from a single program to a fully autonomous AI agent in last 2 to 3 years. And the reason that we are talking about it is because it has become so good that you might feel like your best version bowling to a Sachin Tendulkar when you actually see the capabilities. So let's start this. Cut to mid 2024, we had the initial versions of ChatGPT. It was mostly the introduction of the AI's chat model, right? We were just typing in and then it was giving us these incredible answers and we were thinking ki bhai pata nahi kya ho gaya, right? And then there was someone in Anthropic team, he or they imagined ki let's create an agent who can harness the AI ka data, the intelligence and the compute to finish work like a real person. And that was the birth of Agentic AI. Their first challenge was ki how to mimic a human behavior. So fundamentally, we must understand what is the difference between a machine and a person. A person can look at the screen, read the contents on the screen, with or using his mouse, he can click at a certain point of a screen and then go to the next screen. So if you think it's a process, then it's like one screen, you did A to Z activities and then next screen, and that is how you would end up completing a process. So to mimic this behavior was their first challenge. So how did they solve it? You know what they thought? They thought ki what we will do is we will take screenshots, okay, and we will make this AI agent read pixel by pixel and construct the screen in its memory. And then we will get to the point where the start button is, and as soon as we realize that there is a start button or stop button, we'll click on it and then we are able to complete our work. Reading was not a problem, writing in the screen was not a problem, but clicking and moving to the next screen was. So they started with this approach and it took them 1 year to actually perfect it. But the underline is that by the end of 2024, they had perfected this capability and it was called computer use. And they had created an AI system that could navigate the screen linearly and could finish a task, which was a big win. Then in early 2025, they stumbled upon a new challenge. This new challenge was context. Context is like कि मुझे चाय बनाना है, okay? And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So as an AI, I would start with मुझे चाय बनाना है 1, 2, 3, 4 और वो भूल जाता था कि भाई क्या बनाने निकले. Like it would forget कि मैं चाय बनाने जा रहा हूँ. So that was called context. And the reason that it was context, there was a problem was because it was a memory problem with AI. Okay. So again, so it was a big thing. So how did they solve it? They solved it by actually mimicking a human behavior. अब सपोज आप फर्स्ट टाइम ऑफिस में जाते हो एंड यू थिंक कि मैं आई एम न्यू एंड आई हैव सो मच वर्क टू डू एटसेट्रा. तो व्हाट डू माँ बाप बचपन से सिखाते हैं टू डू लिस्ट बनाओ. तो इन्होंने प्रोग्राम में टू डू लिस्ट बना दिया. And that to-do list में से जब भी whenever that there was a sub-task being completed, AI would say, I have done this, okay? And then using that to-do list, they were able to create a context map for the AI and actually increase it from a 10-minute to making it actually long tasks, sometimes running into say hours or weeks. And obviously there were issues here as well. But by the end of 2025, they got to that. Okay, so let's now compress what we've learned. We've realized that they wanted to create a person, an agentic AI. So they eliminated the physical barrier by clicking or mimicking the behavior of clicking a mouse and progressing through the screens. And दूसरा, they were able to give it a memory and say कि what was your task? भाई तू करने क्या निकला था? करना सीख गया, क्या करना है, दो चीज़ें पता लग गई. Okay. End of 2025, they realized कि भाई हमें we have this thing, and early 2026 they said कि let's create a team out of this agentic AIs whatever we have developed. Person can click, understand the context, team बना देते हैं. So they actually created a team of, they started creating a team and they started mimicking जैसे हमारे teams हैं. आज की डेट में how are our teams? say in a team of 20 people, we'll have some people who will take care of the queries, some people who will say do some initial level of coding, तीसरा बंदा उसको चेक करेगा, और एक टीम लीडर होगा जिसको कॉन्टेक्स्ट पता होगा, जिसको पता है कि मैं कर क्या रहा हूँ. एवरीबडी हैज़ देयर रोल इन द टीम, एन एस्केलेशन टीम. एंड दे स्टार्टेड experimenting by creating teams, okay, and assigning them roles and distributing the tasks among themselves. Again, जैसे in last two instances they had a tough time managing this, but someone cracked something. 16 Claude agents were tasked to complete a complex mission. That complex mission is really complex, building a brand new C compiler from scratch in Rust. Okay, this task is absolutely very complex. A compiler in itself, creating a compiler is a big activity. Okay, so this team of 16 was able to finish this task in 2 weeks. What a team of equal number of humans would have taken 1 year of coordination, the team of 16 finished it in 2 weeks. Now this is where they were able to get to with creation of Agentic AI and combining them as team members. Now let's understand where we are. Okay, so we were able to create physical barrier tha, we were able to remove it by mimicking the mouse. Then there was a mental barrier, we were able to remove it by adding some memory to it. And context barrier tha, and there was a team barrier as well, and the team barrier was also perfected. So एक complete agent AI खड़ा हो गया as a parallel to human AI. Now the only wall that stands between implementing this team of agentic AIs is the cost of implementation. It's economies of scale. Basic है, simple सी चीज़ है. तो the economies of scale are also not in our favor. The cost of a 20 human team is exponentially higher than the cost of a 20 AI agent team. 16 Claude agents to create that C compiler in 2 weeks, it cost them roughly $20,000. But whereas a human team of 20 would have costed over $1 million in salary and basic benefits, etc. etc. So now do you understand where we stand? एक चीज़ जो 20,000 रुपये में मिल रही है versus एक चीज़ जो आपको $1 million में मिल रही है. Okay, and this in itself is the biggest threat to our Indian IT's bread and butter model. Okay, तो इसकी वजह से now because of this you will have noticed कि in last 2 to 3 days, as soon as people have realized कि Claude Opus की capability क्या है, and they have actually confirmed it, they have started selling IT stocks world over, and you would see that the IT is actually coming down from last 2 days by 2 to 3%, which is a big number. As an investor, I know it is just a game of charts. आपको कब निकलना है, कब profit बनाना है, etc. etc. Right? It is a big concern, but not as big as somebody who is a professional in IT. जिसका ये duplicate खड़ा हो गया. Okay, somebody. So if you are an IT professional, you have to feel concerned. You have to feel that I don't know enough, and how do I deal with it? But again, I mean, I'm not here to tell you कि this is the end of the world और सब gloom और doom है और सारी दुनिया कल agentic AI के हवाले हो जाएगी. ऐसा नहीं है. Because there are still steps into creating a perfect team which is able to execute a task as good as a human does. जो premium of $20,000 versus $1 million का है, it's because we are able to stick to a quality of service which we have actually developed over so many years. लेकिन that wall, that final ceiling will be broken in few months or maybe in 1 year. And when that ceiling breaks, okay, then it will be a problem. So in today's world, I think what we all should understand is that the age of a solo worker is ending and the age of an AI architect is beginning. अब ये AI architect है क्या? The AI architect is a person जो वो team of 16 agent AIs को बोले कि भाई C compiler बना, क्योंकि they are good at creating but they don't know what to create. They really don't know what is the need, where is the need, right? And that person is going to be the AI architect. So now let's go back to where we started from. Where did we start? I said कि you were one of the best bowlers in your team, लेकिन tomorrow you have to stand in front of Sachin Paji. तो एक truth है Sachin Paji के बारे में कि he was, मतलब there are no two ways about it, but Sachin Paji was one of the best batsmen that ever was. Okay, he will always be 100x better than what you are at your best. Okay, 95, पता नहीं कितने लोगों से, विराट कोहली भी शायद मैच नहीं कर रहा. Okay, so almost everybody. लेकिन was he the best captain? If he was not the best captain, then there is that window for you. So AI architect is the captain. Okay, Sachin Tendulkar could be the AI. तो आपको उसकी स्ट्रेंथ के साथ compete नहीं करना, you must compete at its weakness, and that's what is my message for the day. So if you think that this point of view helped you think straight, if it helped you understand the AI journey from 2024 to 2026, and it helped you imagine the challenge in front of you in next few years, then I think my objective is met. And if you really like the video, hit like and subscribe, क्योंकि वो तो करना ही पड़ेगा ना इतनी देर के बाद. So yes, you have a good weekend and bye. See you in the next one.